Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Hope you all are doing good. Restarting the tiffin recipes. Ever since Corona happened, there's no tiffin packing nor the videos for tiffin from my side. My kids have started going school and every day it's a confusion on what to pack for their tiffin. And I'm sure this happens for almost all the mothers. So I have come up with few easy varieties which my kids enjoyed having at school. It might not be the same for all, but this video is to give an idea with few snacks and dishes that you can pack for your tiffin. Hope you like it. Keep watching. Beginning with a sandwich, or you may call it stuffed bread baji or pakora. I used one large potato here. You may cook by boiling it in some water on the stove top or in a microwave. I always love to steam the potatoes. I cut in cubes and steamed till they are soft. Meanwhile, heat a pan. Add 2 or 3 tablespoons of coconut oil or any oil of your choice. Ghee can add extra taste. Splutter a teaspoon of mustard seeds. Then goes half teaspoon cumin seeds. Saute 1 tablespoon chopped ginger and 2 green chillies again chopped. Saute till the raw smell leaves. And make sure flame is low-medium. To this goes in 1 large onion that's chopped to small pieces and a handful of coriander leaves again chopped. Saute till the onion is soft. Add some salt. You may add a pinch or quarter teaspoon of chaat masala to this if your kids love. Turn off the flame. Once the potatoes are soft, transfer to a bowl and while it's still hot, mash it well. I used a fork to mash. To this add onion mix. Mix everything well and keep aside. Into another bowl, add 1 cup besan or the gram flour, then some salt, then goes in half teaspoon crushed black pepper, add water and mix. Basically, you need to get a thin batter so that the bread can get coated in it. Add water little at a time and check. And you need this consistency. Now take 2 bread slices. You may or may not trim the sides, it's up to you. Spread the potato mix onto a bread slice. Stuff enough, around 2 or 3 tablespoons. Place the other bread slice on top. Now heat some ghee in a tawa. Dip the sandwich in the flour and place on the hot tawa. Now if you want, you may deep fry to get it fried all over at once. I'm shallow frying here, had to flip to the other side. Then the sides of the bread also needs to get cooked. And that's ready. Cut the baji in half. And you may pack it this way, or you may also place the cut side on the tawa and heat it for a minute and then place it in the tiffin. I added a boiled egg along with it. And for their fruit break, added some cut mangoes. Next was their another favorite. It's Kerala Puttu but layering with chicken sausage masala. If you have been watching me for some time, you will know that I make our Kerala Puttu with frozen rice and it's the softest one I have ever made. To get this, you need to freeze leftover cooked rice, be it any type or any brand. Then you need to take it out from the freezer before bedtime. In the morning, the ice will have melted completely. You need to squeeze out the water from it and add to a blender. Pulse few times and you get a crumbly mixture. Add that to a bowl. You need to add salt, which I forgot to shoot. To this goes rice flour and you need to add the quantity till you get the puttu flour to a wet sand texture. Basically, to 3 cups of the crumbled frozen rice, you will have to add around 1 cup rice flour. So this is how you need to get. Keep that aside. Moving on to the sausage mixture, heat some oil in a pan. Then to this goes 2 medium onion chopped. Saute for 2 minutes. Then add 1 large tomato that's chopped. Saute till the tomatoes are soft. Then goes 5 to 6 chicken sausages or franks that's chopped. This comes around 2 cups. Then add a handful of chopped coriander leaves. Add some salt. Cook the sausages and turn off the flame. Now start making using the puttu maker. Add grated coconut first. Never add the masala at the bottom as the steam will never come. So keep that in mind. Grated coconut needs to come at the bottom. Then add 2 spoons of the flour. Then goes in 2 spoons of the sausage masala and repeat. At the end, after adding flour, tap this way on the countertop to get it well set. Then finally goes grated coconut on top. Place this on a vessel that's having hot boiling water. Once the steam starts coming, wait for another 2 minutes and then you can add to your tiffin. Now if you don't have a puttu maker, you can use a steamer. Spread some coconut, then goes half of the flour. On top goes the sausage mixture and again with the rest of the flour with some grated coconut. Steam for 10 minutes and you can also serve it that way. And next is a healthy banana waffles, which I guess any kids will enjoy. To a blender goes in 1 banana. Then add half cup oats. That's 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of whole wheat flour. 1 egg. Now instead of egg you can add half cup curd. Then goes half teaspoon baking powder, half cup milk, 3 or 4 tablespoons of coconut oil or any other oil, a pinch of salt and 1 teaspoon vanilla essence. Blend to a smooth batter. Now if you don't have a waffle maker, you can make it like pancakes on the stove top in a pan. It's easier if you have a waffle maker. You don't have to flip like you have to do if you're making pancakes. Add some butter and pour the batter onto the waffle maker. Now this quantity makes 3 waffles, that's medium size. Spread some Nutella or honey onto the pancakes or the waffles. Kids will of course enjoy with Nutella. I placed 2 waffles, which is enough for them. This is quite a filling breakfast for them. Then comes idli and chutney, and preparing it the way my kids love. For the idli batter, here I have taken 2 cups white rice. You may use idli rice for better texture. I didn't have with me at that time. Then into another bowl, add 1 cup urad dal. Wash well and soak these in filtered water so that you can use the water for grinding. This needs to soak for at least 5 to 6 hours. Now grind both separately, beginning with the urad dal. Use very less water. Dosa batter is a bit more loose. Idli batter needs to be thick in consistency. Grind to a smooth paste and add to a big bowl. This will get fermented and will rise, so make sure you're using a deep vessel. Then grind the rice along with some cooked rice. Here I have taken almost 5 to 6 spoons of cooked rice. Again grind with very less water. You can add more water as it grinds and only if needed. The rice should have very tiny grains in it. Only then you get good idlis. You shouldn't make it to a very smooth paste, nor it should have large grains of rice. Add that to the urad dal paste. Now mix with your hand. Make sure your hand is clean and tidy. Mix well, and this helps in good fermentation. Cover and let it rest on the countertop, preferably in a warm place, and keep that for at least 8 hours. It also depends on the climate of your place. You will need an idli maker for this. Spread some oil to take out easily. Mornings are always a rush. I totally forgot to show you the batter. Mix it well and add salt as per your need. I added around 2 teaspoons. Pour a ladle of the batter. Do not fill it completely as it can overflow while cooking. I usually don't fill the bottom rack and leave it as such. Place the idli tray on top of each other and the holes need to be alternately placed like shown. There's water boiling and place the idli tray set in it. Cook on medium heat for almost 12 to 15 minutes. Meanwhile, preparing the chutney. I started shooting this video and only later realized I didn't have the main ingredient. That's the coriander leaves. So do add it and do not skip it. I shall give the quantity in the description box. Into a blender goes in 2 cups grated coconut, 2 or 3 green chillies as per your preference. Then goes 1 cup thick curd. Add warm water. As I said, please don't forget to add coriander leaves. It comes to a handful. The idlis are ready to be taken out. This is why I don't pour in the bottom rack. Let the idlis cool down before you take them out. To make the chutney, heat 3 or 4 tablespoons of coconut oil. Splatter 1 teaspoon mustard seeds. To the splattered mustard seeds goes in half teaspoon cumin seeds, then few curry leaves, then goes 4 to 5 dried red chillies. Mix for a couple of seconds and add the coconut mix. Mix well and turn off the flame. If you had already cut the idlis each in 4 or 5 pieces, you can straight away add to the chutney and mix. I turned on the flame later after cutting all the idlis. Add all the idli pieces and mix thoroughly till the idli pieces are well coated in the chutney. Serve in your tiffin. And that's another filling breakfast to have from school. So that's all for today's tiffin recipes, and I hope you all will try and let me know if your kids enjoyed having them. Do share your feedback on my Instagram or email. See you with another video. Until then, stay safe everyone. Take care. Bye bye.